Hey y'all, so I'm in the car again. I actually brought a little tripod so it wouldn't be so shaky. I hope that makes it a little bit better. But I wanted to do a quick update summary of the first 30 days doing DDPY and changing my eating habits and everything. So as far as the transition into the program goes, or went for me, it's actually been super easy. Like, I started kind of modifying my eating before Christmas. I kind of determined for myself that I wasn't going to spend the whole, because I was off of work for like 2 weeks. And I wasn't going to spend that whole time. I just decided for myself I wasn't going to spend that whole time eating. And because that's what I would normally do. I would go get stuff at the drugstore. I would order food. I would do fast food. It's always such a busy, hectic time that convenient stuff is just the easiest thing to do. And but what winds up happening is I spend a whole lot of money on food, and I'm eating stuff that is horrible for me and eating way too much of it. So I decided I wasn't going to do that. I had meal prepped before. I was going to eat that, and at parties and things, I was going to stick to the healthier options, and any treats I allowed myself was going to be very limited. And I was actually very successful with that. And so when I officially started my meal plan, which is low carb, whole food, hybrid kind of situation, I started that when I went back to work at the beginning of January. And I've had some hard days where the cravings have come on, and I've wanted to go through the drive-through. Actually did go through the drive-through one time and then canceled my order because they didn't have lemon for my tea. So that was that turned into a victory. But I haven't had my go-to foods. I haven't had Popeyes. I haven't had Burger King. I haven't had chips and queso in over 30 days now. And I cannot think of the last time that was true for me, So that's really exciting. And I had my sister-in-law asked me yesterday at lunch. She says, "So how are you dealing with your cravings?" And I was like, "Well, I just try. Honestly, I really haven't had that many. Day in, day out, I don't really find myself like, it's more of a habit thing for me. When the food temptation to eat things that's not good for me, it's more just because that's been my habit, But I wouldn't say I've had any like full-on cravings. And I think that, when you're not eating it, when you're giving your body good things and nutritious things, the cravings just kind of take a nosedive, and they're not really an issue. I believe that those foods are chemically created, to make you want them and want more of them. And so when you're not eating them, then your body doesn't necessarily have that response. At least that's been my experience, which is also why, I lost 100 pounds 10 or so years ago, and I had one Dorito, and that was the end. So I think that's science. But anyway, as far as the exercise goes, it's definitely been challenging. I've had like a few days in a row here where I've woken up and in the morning and I just don't want to do it. And but then I have gotten it in the evenings, and I feel like I think I need to get up a little bit earlier and be more awake before I actually do the exercise. I can't just roll out of bed and do it. I need to kind of be able to mentally engage, and focus and concentrate on creating that resistance, and I can't do that if I'm not awake. So this week, that's my goal, is to work on waking up a little bit earlier, giving myself an extra 15 minutes or so to really wake up before I start working out. And I think I'll be more successful and have a better workout. The other thing that I'm doing that has created some frustration is that I have been weighing myself every day. And I weigh myself first thing in the morning. Like, I go potty and then I weigh myself, and then I go into my workout, and my weight has just not been coming off the way that I feel like my level of effort should warrant. And so that's been really frustrating. And going into trying to do a workout when you feel like I'm doing all this work, I've given up all this food, and I'm not seeing the results that I feel like I should be seeing. It's just not the great mindset. I need to be awake, and I need to have a more, I need to not go in frustrated and feeling disappointed, So I'm going to stop weighing myself every day. I'm going to I share a house with one of my brothers. I'm going to give him my scale and have him hide it in his room. And he can only put it out Thursday night so that I can weigh myself on Friday mornings. So that's the plan. At least until I can break this mental cycle of having to weigh myself constantly. So that's one thing that I'm going to start trying to do differently. As far as the positive things that I've seen, I've lost 25 pounds in a month. That's crazy, right? So why am I whining about about not losing weight fast enough? But really, the last 2 weeks have been tough. Like, it just seems like the weight just doesn't want to come off, and so I think that's why it's extra disappointing, because the first 2 weeks it was just like pouring off me. I was losing weight like a man, and now I'm having to fight for every ounce. So aside from 25 pounds, which I need to be super grateful for, there are a few other things that I started noticing. Like, within the first 2 weeks when I went back to work, I have a desk job, and my lower legs would hurt all day. They would get swollen and really, really painful. And I had tried doing compression socks, and they're torture. And it got to the point where I had to stop. I had to limit what I did after work, because if it was like a small group or a Bible study or something like that, where I would have to sit again in the evenings, I couldn't do it. I was in so much pain. And I started, when I started back at work, I went through the first day and I was like, my legs don't hurt. Like, my ankles were still a little bit swollen from sitting all day, but my legs didn't hurt. And I could get up and down from my desk without like having to struggle. And I was just amazed by that. Also, the last couple of weeks at church, I sing. And so typically I'm up with the team, and I have to be there for both services. And so I'm standing for an hour before church for rehearsal, and then 30-40 minutes each service. And so the in-between time between the two services, I would always go find a place and just sit. And usually it wasn't in a social area, because we don't have a lot of seating in the front part of the church. And so I wasn't socializing or anything. And the last two Sundays, I was out in the front, standing between both services, chatting away and enjoying people, and not suffering with my legs at all. So I was really grateful for that. I've also noticed that on Saturdays, I would typically take about 2 naps and not just like 20-minute power naps. I'm talking like 2-hour naps. So the past couple Saturdays, I haven't been napping at all. I haven't even had the desire to nap. So my energy levels are so much better, at this point. What's some other stuff? So I had to, my parents have like a a raised bar area in the kitchen, and they have the high like bar stools, and I'm short to begin with, but short and overweight trying to climb into a bar stool, it's not a cute situation. It's not easy. It's not attractive at all. And last week I hopped up into the bar stool like it was nothing, you know. So so I haven't noticed anything physically. I've taken the before and after for the month. I didn't expect to see any sort of major physical changes at my size. You know, it's going to take another at least 25 pounds before I start to see that. But physically I have a lot more energy, and I'm able to actually, like, you know, be active and do things, and and not have to say no to as many things, and not have to sit down through everything all the time. So yeah, so the first month I'm sure there are a few other things that I'm forgetting, but it's just overall I feel better. I have a lot more energy. My daily pain has decreased significantly, and I think the coolest thing is that in every workout, I get to this place where I do something I didn't think I could do. And I realize that I'm stronger than I thought I was. So that's really exciting as well, you know. So it's been an awesome experience. It's a very emotional experience for me, you know, on a lot of different levels. Not only am I breaking bad habits, but I'm also learning to believe in myself again, and to be able to start saying yes to things instead of saying no to so many things. And so it's just been awesome. And I would say for anybody who is looking for a change, just do it. You know, like, go for it. I think this is an awesome program, especially for folks like me who aren't super active, who have a lot of weight to lose. You know, you can start wherever you are, and you're going to get an effective workout, and you're going to feel stronger, and you're going to be encouraged, and you're going to see results. So yeah, so anyway, I need to get into work, and this video has gone on way longer than I expected again. But yeah, I just wanted to give that 30-day check-in update, and I'm gonna try to start filming my workouts, which I'm kind of nervous about that. But I think it's going to be really valuable to me moving forward, and hopefully encouraging to others who might look at some of the workouts and think, there's no way I can do that. And then they'll see me flopping around on the floor, you know, like getting it done, you know. So maybe it'll be an encouragement to somebody else, and if so, then it'll be totally worth it. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, otherwise, thank you guys for watching. For everybody who's encouraged me along the way, I can't even tell you how much it's meant to me. I just can't. I can't put it into words. So thank you. And here's to the next 30 days. See y'all next time. Bye.